Hey guys, we are here after the event, post PWS. We're eating at the restaurant here in a Thai restaurant right now, and we're here with Ariel, Sean, and Jason. So I'm going to show you the food. We're trying to, what do you call them? Taking it easy now, decompressing from the evening and all the preparations up for it. This is pork fried rice that I'm about to eat. I'm actually really starving after the event. Double A, and this guy, whoa, who invited this guy? Anyways, this is Double A. He's wearing, show him what you're wearing on the wrist. Alright, hi guys, it's your boy Rich here, back at it again. And if you're new around here, thank you and welcome. But if you're also new around here, some of you may not have been aware that I, along with Ariel Adams from aBlogtoWatch and Cameron Barr of Craft and Tailored, just put together PWS, a Private Watch Society event. And I'm still recouping from that, but it was such a smashing success. So thank you to everyone for really making that so special. I mean, we sold out of the event by ways of last minute guests, and the requests for tickets were unprecedented. I mean, we had some famous faces in attendance, along with some really heavy hitters from the watch, as watch insiders. So it was just an awesome evening, and what an event that was. So I have to say thank you very much. But there is also over 4 hours of film footage for that, so that's going to have to be edited down. And I'm going to narrate that and show the highlights of that evening, hopefully in the next video. But I wanted to bring to you something in between that. And from that event, I got a show idea, and that's how do we choose the right watch for the right occasion? So let's talk about that. So for those of us who have a girlfriend or a wife, we're kind of sort of used to seeing them try on 10 different outfits before concluding that they don't have anything to wear. I mean, for us, we only need this much of closet space versus this much. But if we have a watch selection, that's sort of our I don't have anything to wear moment. And so for me, I don't spend any more than 10 seconds deciding on my outfit, what clothes I'm going to wear. You know, I'll have it in my mind and that's it. And I can't recall the last time that I changed my entire outfit more than once. I'm not saying that hasn't happened, but I can't recall that last time. It's pretty much what I have in my mind. I'm going to take out of the closet, put on, and I'm out of the house. It's that straightforward with me. But in choosing the watch, that's a little bit sort of my kryptonite, where I got to kind of choose among which watch that I want to wear. And although that is a really fun process, for this event, it caused a little bit of anxiety on which watch I really wanted to wear. And that was sort of what I experienced getting ready for PWS, because I wanted to choose the right watch that would represent me for this occasion. And this was my first hugely significant watch event that I organized. So I could have gone with my Girard-Perregaux 1945 because Mike Margolis was our guest speaker there and he was the president of Girard-Perregaux. I could have gone with a Panerai because I figured there might be a lot of Panerais in the room. Same with Grand Seiko. For some reason, I had a feeling that there would be some Grand Seikos in the room. There were several other watches that I could have gone with, or my final decision was going with my Rolex DJ. Some of you are aware that that was a watch that my dad gave me, so that watch carries special meaning to me. And I wanted to have as many built-in stories to that watch as possible before I hand that down to my kids, or one of my kids. And whenever I wear that Rolex, I always feel like my dad is with me, so I want to have as much stories into that. So spending time with the guests was the most special part of the evening. I can honestly say, on behalf of myself, Ariel, Cameron, and Mike, that interacting with you guys was that was the best part of the evening.
Definitely looking forward to spending time with those people again. I really enjoyed the audience members that came and all the guests and the conversations. Very heartwarming. So it takes a lot of energy, it's tiring, but it's definitely worth it.
What was the biggest highlight of the evening for you?
Just said, all the people.
And several of my subscribers were there, and I'll talk about you guys more later. I mean, Simon, Preston, Gary, Daniel, thank you so much. You guys were so much fun, almost like the life of the party at that event. So it was really great to meet you guys. I know I engaged with you in the comment section, but it was really wonderful to see the faces behind the comments. So that was really awesome. And talking to as many guests as I could, I wanted to find out what was your decision in choosing the watch for this evening. And there were only 2 explanations, and it was pretty much 50-50. And the first explanation was I wanted to wear a watch that was so unique, the rarest of my watches, so I could have it would be a lot easier to start a conversation. And what do you think the second explanation was for how they chose what watch to wear for this occasion? I'll give you a second. It was that they wanted to wear more of a common watch so they could share and learn about other people's experiences who would have that same watch. And both explanations make a lot of sense to me. I mean, we had someone with an MB&F in the room. The three most common watch brands that I saw in the room, I think, was Vacheron Constantin. We also had one of the watchmakers from Vacheron in that room, and you know, he had the ultra thin watch on, and regardless of how clear the pictures that we see are, regardless if it's a 4K video or how crisp the images are, we know that nothing compares with seeing and handling a watch in person. And I haven't always been a fan of really thin watches, but when I saw Richard, and that's his name, the watchmaker from Vacheron, his master, I think, was the ultra thin watch. Wow, that was such a magnificent watch that I've just grown a whole new appreciation for the thinner watches. I really like that watch a lot. His was in gold. One of the other brands that was common was Omega, different variations, especially different variations of Speedmasters, including the 57 Speedmaster versus the Man on the Moon, and both in steel and gold. So Omega was a pretty popular brand there. Panerai there was a few Panerais in attendance, and there was even a few Grand Seikos in attendance, and I knew that. So there were those are probably the top three. I forgot, I might have lost count of how many watches there were. Surprisingly, it was not a Rolex-filled room. I've seen one person who had a Submariner in the room, and I was the other Rolex wearer. So surprisingly, kind of sort of, that it wasn't really a Rolex-filled room, and that really did surprise me. There were so many other uber rare watches, but those brands were the most common ones that I saw. That evening was such a brotherhood of watch lovers that it was just, wow. I mean, a few days later, and I'm still overwhelmed by the positive feedback from that evening. It was just, there was no prejudice in that room. So even though it was a lot of high-end watches, somebody could have come in with a $200 watch and nobody would have put their nose down to it. It was just all-encompassing, all-inclusive, and welcome feeling for whatever watch we wanted to bring. It was that special. So much sharing of watches and taking it off each other's wrists and just showing the watches. It was just so great. And you know, outside of the watch world, I have heard when I wear my Grand Seiko that, oh, it's just a Seiko. But I knew that wasn't going to be the case in this room. Nobody would ever dare say, yeah, it's just a Seiko. And if they did, I'm sure there would be a gang of people throwing them out the balcony. No, but it was just a really special evening. There was just no prejudice. It was just a deep appreciation for all kinds of watches. At the top of the show, I teased you with, what would Ariel Adams' choice of watch be for such a special occasion? So let's find out. AA, and those of you who don't know, AA is left-handed. I didn't know that. And he's wearing, show him what you're wearing on the wrist. What's on the wrist there? I just saw it. That's the Patek 5711. What else would you think that AA would wear on this kind of an evening? Who can argue with the choice of the Patek Nautilus 5711? For those of us who haven't handled that watch in steel, it's not a heavy watch at all. I've played around with the watch. It's really lightweight. It almost kind of sort of felt like titanium, although it wasn't steel. It just wasn't as heavy as I thought that watch would be. It is a very gorgeous watch. It's very simple, but when I was examining the watch, you could see that there is a lot of detail in that watch, something that you would expect from a Patek. I mean, my favorite Pateks are the Nautilus, I even like the Aquanaut and the Calatrava. The simplicity of his 5711, it was something that it grew on me, and I really actually learned to appreciate all the subtle details in that watch. It wasn't a watch that screams attention, but it is that Gerald Genta design, and to me, that case design always captures my attention. So let's start a conversation about how you choose to watch for the right occasion, and I'm going to leave you with a little bit of teaser footage from the evening, and thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time.
What do I feel about the gray market? It's amazing as a collector. Yep.
Oyster case.
It's like you found a copy machine.
Coolest fucking watch.